Hey, if you're thinking about hiring a marketing agency to help grow your martial arts school, don't do it until you watch this video. Hey everybody, my name is Jennifer Waters and I am the Sales and Systems Sensei. Thanks so much for joining me. I actually help martial arts school owners scale their martial arts school through our biz ops strategy and a dojo assistant. So if you're interested in that, you can always go to sevenfiguredojo.com. But now, in the meantime, we need to go ahead and take a look at why you should probably hold off on hiring a marketing agency. Because in fact, I see a lot of marketing agencies doing more harm than good for martial arts schools. Let me tell you why. Back in the day, when I was first getting our flagship school headed towards seven figures, I was inundated by marketing agencies, like people saying that they could build us a website, run our ads, heck, do direct mail for us, like all these things. And I can tell you that we got suckered into more than our fair share of marketing schemes. And when I say schemes, I literally mean the salesperson was a great salesperson. They got us emotionally excited about the fact that we could have all of these leads at our fingertips. And there's so many leads that we can generate for you. And then they didn't deliver. Honestly, if they had delivered on their process and their promises, flooding might have been a very bad idea, which I'll talk to you about a little bit later and why you want to watch out for this as well for the ones that actually do work. But I will say this, most of the time after investing thousands of dollars, like I think that one of the websites that we purchased, it cost us about $15,000 to design the website because it had all these bells and whistles on it and had a membership area, and like it was built from scratch on a platform, so it wasn't like with a popular website company or whatever. But we spent so much money on the website and we never made our money back. Like it literally never, we just never made our money back on it. And I remember thinking that, gosh, I would never want anyone to experience the same thing, which is why I'm making this video about why you shouldn't hire a marketing agency for your martial arts school until you have a couple of things in place. So the first thing I would also say as a pre-frame to this is that when you hire a marketing agency for your martial arts school, a lot of times the marketing agency is trying to treat the symptoms of your business. Like you might tell them, I have no students, I need new students, and they're trying to treat the symptoms the very same way that a doctor might look at you when you come into the office and you've got a runny nose and you just don't feel good, and they're just going to try to treat the symptoms. Some of them are going to do a really great job and they're going to ask you a bunch of questions and they're going to start diagnosing what's going on, and that's kind of when you know, okay, I've got a great doctor, or I've got a doctor who's maybe just at urgent care and is just gonna prescribe something quick because they're trying to alleviate symptoms, not necessarily going directly to the source. So when you do that with a marketing agency, most of the times they're just trying to fulfill what they said that they were gonna do, help with the symptoms of you not having leads. But they don't necessarily know that you don't have the frameworks in place to handle it when they flood you with leads. I can't tell you how many times and how many horror stories I've heard from clients that started getting in massive amounts of leads, couldn't call them back, couldn't follow up, and all of a sudden they'd spent thousands of dollars in advertising costs but actually couldn't get the leads to come in because no one was there to book the appointments. Flooding is a really bad idea because it gives you a bad rep in your area. Plus, when you flood your market, it's kind of like this. If you think about fishing and you have a pond, you go out, you fish, you get one fish when you use a rod and reel, right? If I use a net, I can potentially get more fish. But if I use dynamite and I hit that pond with dynamite, I can literally blow up that pond. I can get a lot of fish at one time. But unfortunately, when I get all those fish at one time, I may not be able to fish in that same pond for a very long time until it's had time to replenish. And that's very much like your local area. So if you go too fast, too heavy with your advertising in your area, you can literally outfish your pond. And once you've made contact with those leads and they've said no, or they decided to do something different, you're not going to be able to go back to them 2 or 3 months later and then go and re-engage them to come back in. Not very frequently. So what do I normally recommend? I normally recommend connecting with a strategic business partner or a business strategy driven specialist. That's actually why so many clients work with us. Now, Do we do marketing? Do we have a piece of it? Yes, but it's not the primary thing that we do. We actually dive into the specifics of what's going on inside your martial arts school and prescribe the exact remedy for what you've got going on in your particular situation. Listen, if this makes sense and you're like, I really want to know how this works, go to sevenfiguredojo.com. I actually talk about the reason why it works and the method that we use, so make sure you go check out that video. Until next time, guys, keep being awesome.